everybody, welcome back. So today's episode is going to be about manifesting, and of course I have my sister here.
Hey everybody.
And manifesting, basically, to me, I honestly don't know the true definition of manifesting. I've never searched it. So the only thing I know is that manifesting is energy. Energy that you put out into the world.
The way, and this just came to me right now before we started, is manifesting is like to us Catholics what prayer is. So it's like you're going to pray to God that He gives you something. Let's say you're going to pray to Him that you're no longer sick, right? And
Right.
you're praying and you have that faith in God and you're telling Him that you believe in Him and that you understand and that you know that whatever you're asking for, He's going to give you. Basically, manifestation is that you're putting your energy out into the world to get that same energy back sent to you.
So then there's no point of believing in manifesting because it's basically praying.
But it's
Okay, wait. This is where we stand. I have my what's the word I'm looking for? My doubts. Right? Yeah, like my doubts of manifesting, because if that's how you put it, that it's like prayer and praying that you want these things, why can't you just say pray for what you want?
manifesting is you're putting out your energy into the universe. So when you manifest, you can also use a law of attraction. You can also use what some people use that it's called scripting, where you write down everything you want and basically you live whatever you're trying to manifest. So let's say you're trying to manifest getting a new pair of shoes. You put on the shoes that you already have, envisioning that they're your pair of shoes that you want. It's like, how do I put it? Well, at least for me, because I'm Catholic, so I believe in God. So for me, manifesting is like material things that I want. So like if I want a car, if I want a house, if I want money, whatever, I'm going to manifest that. And then if I want, my parents to be taken care of, I want to make sure nobody in my family gets sick and all of that, that's something that I'm going to go to God for, because that's something with more meaning to me. Like family is more meaning to me than the pair of shoes. But of course, if I'm going to want a pair of shoes, I'm not going to say a prayer to God, God, can I please get a pair of shoes? That's meaningless to God. So I would do the manifestation to get those pair of shoes.
So that's actually a good point, because if you put it like that with the material things, then it makes sense, because we have this inside joke that my mom does, that she just stands and we're supposed to feel her presence, right? So how my mom stands, that she's like, feel my presence, and we're supposed to feel her vibe. Then that's how it happened, because y'all, I just got a new job that I'm gonna be starting on Monday. So me manifesting that job, so that's why I'm saying, that's why I have like my doubts, because I don't know how to tell the difference between manifesting and having faith.
So,
but now that you said it like that it's like material stuff, then yeah, it makes sense.
Because it would make sense, because of course I'm not going to go to God and tell Him that I want to be rich, because He's going to be like, there's worse things in the world to worry about than being rich. So, make sure you have health, make sure you still have your parents, make sure you live a long life to see your kids grow or whatever. So I feel like manifestation then to me would be on things that I know I'm not going to go to God and ask Him for.
Okay, so one example. Let's each give an example of what we manifested and what we received. You can go first.
Okay, so for sure, obviously, because I know some people are going to say something stupid about this, but obviously with manifestation comes work. So I'm not just going to say, I want a new house and sit back and relax and think I'm going to get a new house.
No, obviously, you have to do something.
You're going to live as if you're trying to get that new house already. So let's just say, for the new house, they're asking you to have $5,000. You haven't applied for that house yet, but you're going to start saving up to have those $5,000 as if you're already going through the process of getting that house.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure that when you manifest something, you actually put work into getting what you want, and you live life right now as if you already had whatever you're trying to manifest.
True.
So, a time when I manifested something and it came true. One of the things that I've told Selena, that you guys, ever since 2012, I've been trying to do something on the internet. In 2012, I started a blog that didn't even go anywhere. I had like 2 people following that blog, and one of them was one of my sisters. So in reality, it was one other person following my blog. But I always wanted to do something. I started a YouTube channel that didn't go anywhere because I was doing YouTube, or I was doing those videos because everybody else was doing those types of videos, not because it was something that I wanted to do. So then, when we left the job that we had, I said, you know what, I'm going to do everything I can for us to finally do this podcast or something, YouTube, something. I want to do something. I want us to have something. Then I started manifesting it. I started living like if we already had this. I remember we even made like a schedule that we were supposed to follow that we never did, by the way. But we started planning as if we already had this podcast. And slowly but surely started taking off. And I feel like that was because of the manifestation that we did, or to get this going.
I think manifesting also comes with other things, like, okay, you want to be, okay, say you want to win a beauty pageant. So you manifest that you're going to win, you're going to be the first, the winner. But you can't win if you're not confident. You can't win if I don't know how to explain.
That's another thing that I was gonna say, and I don't know if I wrote it here in my notes. But manifestation is also like confidence. So if you're telling yourself, "I look so ugly today,"
oh yeah,
"I'm so fat," "I don't have this," "I don't have that," obviously you're not gonna feel good about yourself.
Yeah, because you're putting yourself down.
Right. So when you start telling yourself, "I look so pretty today, I look so good, I look so healthy, I look like I just did 5 hours of exercise, I look like I just ate the healthiest meal," or whatever, you start to feel good about yourself. Even if you haven't done those things, you're telling yourself that you did those things, so you automatically start feeling good about it.
Right.
So manifestation is also similar to your confidence.
Manifestation, another way you could also put it, is self-growth, right? Because you want something better for yourself. So you have to figure out what you have to change in your life right now that's going to get you to that point. So you have to see, okay, maybe you need to switch your group of friends. Maybe you need to stop talking to the person that you think you're in love with because maybe they're holding you back. It's a lot of, I feel like it has a lot to do with realizing what place in your life you're at right now. Did you find the girl?
So the girl that I was watching yesterday on YouTube, I'm sure I'm not even going to say her last name right because I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's Sam Oskural. It's Ozkural, her last name. But she was talking about how she manifested her dream life. And her dream life was moving from one place to another. And that where she lived, it was like 2 degrees and it was always so cold. And she really wanted to live in California. So then one day she realized like she was living as if she was living where she was. But that's not where she wanted to be. So she started living her life as if she was living in California. Whenever she was inside her apartment, she would dress as if it was so hot outside. She started exercising because she said people in California exercise all the time. So she started exercising. She started eating healthy. She started doing everything as if she was already living in California. So she said that in the process of doing all of this, she started finding places to live. She started finding things to do over there. And then in a year, you guys, it took her only 1 year to go from living where she was living to move all her stuff to California, to find a place to be settled there in 1 year. Just by manifesting and by saying that that's what she wanted to do and living as if she already had it.
That's true. Because you can't say that, okay, I want to live in California. Or no, you can't say that like that. Like you can't say that you want to look good in this outfit, but in your mind you're really thinking that you're going to look so fat and you're going to look so weird because your mind, you guys, your mind. I think the strongest thing is your mind, because your mind controls everything.
Yes.
Your mind and your heart are connected. So if in your mind you're saying, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this, but in your heart you think that you can do it, then they're going to crash into each other and it's going to be bad. So you have to connect your mind to your heart, and you always have to be positive about what you want.
Yes.
Because if you think negative, okay, I'm going to give you guys an example. For me, I really wanted this one job. I wanted it so bad because everybody always talked about how good it was to work there. And I finally got an interview. But after I left that interview, I was texting my sisters. I'm like, okay, yeah, I got this. Like, oh, they're going to tell me that they're going to call me in 5 days and they're going to put me through the training and everything, right? But in my mind, I knew I wasn't going to get it. Like, I was putting myself down, like, no, this company's too fancy for me. Like, they're never going to hire me. And that's what happened. They didn't hire me.
Mm-hmm.
But now I found another job that I really wanted, and I decided to go in with, like, there with confidence and self-awareness, and walking in there like I already had the job, like, oh, they're only doing me this interview so that they can see what I look like, you know, because that seems to be something important. And thankfully, like I already said in the beginning, I got the job.
Yes.
And I manifested that. I was living and talking like I already had the job, like, oh my God, I'm going to be doing this, and this, like, I'm so excited, and it happened. So that's also why I'm still in the middle, because I know that putting that positive energy into the world gave it back, like the same energy. Like that thing you were talking about, the waves.
Yeah, so what I was telling her is, let's just say that when you're asking for money, you're putting out the waves, right? And the waves that you're asking for are zigzags, right? The waves for money, let's just say. The energy waves of asking for money are zigzags. If you're asking for it and you're truly asking for it and you truly believe that you're going to get it, the waves that you're putting out there are going to be zigzag waves. So once they get to reach the money, they're going to come back to you in zigzag waves. So in the same pattern as the money energy it's what's going to come back to you. Mm-hmm. But if you're asking for money and you don't believe in it and you're just saying, oh, let me do this, I don't believe in it, but let me do this, the waves that you're putting out there are not matching the waves that of the thing that you want to receive. Mm-hmm. Now you're putting out there squiggle waves. And of course a squiggle is not going to match a zigzag, so you're not going to get that in return.
Right.
Another thing that I've been reading, and I don't remember where I read this, was when you want to ask for something, when you want to manifest something, manifest it for, I think it was 60 seconds. 17 seconds.
68.
Like something like that. It was like a certain amount of time that you're supposed to just focus on that one thing. So just focus on having $1,000. Okay? You're going to focus on for 60 or 68 seconds, whatever. And you're going to be asking, you're going to be saying, I already have this money on my account. I already have $1,000 in my account. What am I supposed to do to take that money out? Or what am I supposed to do to use that money? Mm-hmm. I already have it in there. I log into my account and I see it. And for those seconds, talk about it. Once those seconds are up, forget about it. Don't think about it. Don't pressure yourself about it. Move on to something else. Move on to clean your room or clean the kitchen. Text a friend, something. But forget about it completely. And I promise you, if you're living as if you already had it, and if you're saying and working to have what you manifest, you're gonna get it, no doubt. Mm-hmm. You have to believe that you're gonna get it, because your hard work is gonna get you to it, because you're putting out that energy and you're gonna get that energy in return.
I guess that's the main thing for me, because always having positive thoughts isn't realistic. Let's just say that it's not. You're not always thinking about the positive side of things. So I think that's the hardest part of manifesting something, because if you say, I want $1,000, but then you tell yourself, but I'm not going to have $1,000 because I'm going to use that for rent.
Right.
So you're already thinking negative. You're not thinking about the positive that you already have that money.
Or say, oh my God, I want to have $1,000, and then the next thing you think about is, I'm so broke.
Yeah. Would you compare manifesting to karma?
That's what the girl was talking about. That's
Because that just came to my head right now.
She said she doesn't believe in karma. She believes in manifestation. She believes in the law of attraction. She said because as humans, I don't know if she believes in God or not. Maybe she does. I don't know. But she's saying that as humans, we're built of energy. We're built on vibrations. So whatever you put out into the world, you're going to get it back. No matter what it is, whatever type of vibration you put out into the world is what you get back. So she's like, we have to be very careful with what type of vibration we're putting out into the world, because to me, it's karma. To us, it's karma. To her, she said it's not, because for her, she's more spiritual. And I really wish I was more spiritual, you guys. I really want to get to that. But she was saying that whatever type of vibration you put out into the world is what you're going to get back. So it's like karma. If you're rude to someone, eventually someone's going to be rude back to you. So, these are the manifestation killers. Comparing yourself. So if you are trying to manifest having a great body, having a fit body, and you're manifesting it and you say, I'm going to do it, I'm going to get a nice body, I'm going to be built, I'm going to be strong, healthy, whatever. And then you look at a person who has it and you're like, how come they have it? How come they're so skinny? How come they're this? How come they're that?
Yeah.
You're killing your manifestation, you guys.
Yes.
You guys work so hard to get it. You guys work so hard to manifest. You guys work those seconds to say you really want it.
Especially if you're already working towards it.
Yes. And then you go and you compare yourself to, why does that person have something and I don't?
Yes.
You just killed your whole process. So it's basically like having to start all over again. Again, with the same as with jealousy. How do you say? I'm guilty of this. Because when we started our podcast, and I know I've done it a few times too, where I say, our podcast is going to be amazing, we're going to have so many people listening to us, and then I go into Instagram and I see, these people started at the same time as us, and look at how many followers they have, or these other people started the same as us, and look at how many podcast episodes they already have.
Right.
And it's like, I manifested and I took all this time to make sure that we had a good podcast, to make sure that we have a good following. And then I go and I'm jealous of these people, and so now I have to start all over again and manifesting and say I'm going to have it, how I want it.
And that's a waste of time because you already had it. So
Right.
It's like, what is the point?
Right.
Like, I'm going to say their names because, honestly, I don't know if they started before and they just started their Instagram, but their name is in these streets or in this street. In these streets podcast. That's their name. They made a collaboration and they have all these episodes, but if we continue to compare ourselves to them, that's just going to make us feel salty because we're going to keep being down there.
And we don't know their
process.
We don't know the path that they took. We don't know what if they worked their asses off to make sure they had a good following on Instagram first.
Yeah.
And then they started their podcast.
That too.
Because that's what when I started telling Selena about this, I'm like, they have so many followers, how come we don't have any? And then again, I've ruined my whole manifestation. But we don't know how long it took them to finally decide, okay, we're gonna do this. We don't know if they decided to do Instagram before podcast.
We don't know. Everything is different. Everyone's
path is different. So you have to not compare yourself to others, not be jealous of anybody else, because everything you are is a vibration, and everything you're putting out into the world, you're gonna get it back.
Yes.
And it's like Sam was saying in her video. She said she had read a book, and in that book it said, if your manifestation is that you want a new car, brand new car, you want in 0 miles, you want the latest car, whatever, right? But you treat your own car like shit. You don't go to vacuum it. You don't go to wash it. You don't go to do the maintenance on it. treat your car as if it is already that brand new car with 0 miles. Go make sure it's clean, make sure it's always smelling good. Because you're putting that into a world that you already have that new car. So eventually that energy is going to come back to you and you're going to get that brand new car with 0 miles.
Yeah. Like me, honestly, my car is a mess. And I know that if I had the car that I want right now, it would not be looking like that. And that's sad because I'm not putting the effort into the things that I want.
Right, and you have to, anything you already have, if you're asking for something and you already have something similar to it, just not as nice, just not as big or whatever.
Treat it like it's already
Treat
the
it,
thing.
right, treat it as if it's what you're trying to manifest so that eventually you will get that. And your hard work and your manifesting will pay off at the end.
Yes, and like I've been telling you, that's why people have vision boards.
Yes.
A lot of people have vision boards, like they put the car that they want. They put, like this girl that I watch, Ember, she always makes a vision board for the year. She made one, I don't know if this was recently, but I know that she made one. And in the vision board tenía su car that she wanted a Benz.
Mm-hmm.
And this year she finally has it, and it was only a year.
Mm-hmm.
So having that vision board there is also going to help you, like, okay, these are the things that I want. What am I doing to get there? Am I putting out negative vibes? Because if I am, I got to change that so that it can come back to me how I want it.
Yes. So there's also this page on Instagram that I follow, you guys. It's called Energy Healing Jewelry. And it just, again, everything is about energy. Everything is about what you put out into the world is what you're going to get back. So yeah, so they're also about like manifesting and stuff. So one of their posts was, you already are everything that you are trying to become.
Mm-hmm.
Manifest your best life.
Yes. Goes back to live.
Yes.
Live like you want to be living. Obviously, we know that if you want to be a millionaire and you're in the middle class, you're not going to be able to live like that. But put in your brain, like, oh, like say you have $200 in your bank, right? But just think that that's $2 million and figure out, okay, maybe I can buy this and it's gonna make me feel like I'm more rich, or I can put money into this, and then when I'm finally a millionaire, I can get it or something. Like I don't know if I'm explaining it good, but yeah. So the main thing is thinking positive about the things that you want and keeping that positive energy no matter how long it takes you to get there. But just don't think that, okay, today I want $1,000 and it hasn't happened in a week, so you're gonna give up. No, keep thinking, oh, next week I'm gonna get these $1,000 that I've been waiting for, and I'm finally gonna be able to buy anything that I want, or whatever you want to do with those $1,000.
Yes. There's another account on Instagram. They're called Moonifester. And one of their posts say, detaching when manifesting. If we truly believe in the universe delivering us our desires, we must let go. Not of the possibility of it happening, but because there is nothing left to do, it's as good as done. Detach and let go with faith and confidence. Not in your desire, but in the universe or God, who all things are possible. So, like I said before, manifest what you want, spend time on it, think you already have it, and then let it go. And then move on to something else.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's another thing that helped you with the job, was that you did your interview, you went, you manifested that you already had it, and then you stopped thinking about it.
True. Yeah, because I went 2 days. I went Wednesday and Thursday because it was 2 interviews. So the interview on Thursday was like, no kidding, it was like 5-10 minutes. And that was it. So after that one, I kind of started thinking negative, like, it was too fast. Like, I have tattoos, so I was worried that probably they had seen my tattoos and they weren't going to hire me. But then I thought, no, because if I start thinking like this, I'm going back to 0. So let me just let it go. So they didn't tell me anything Thursday, and I left it alone. And they didn't tell me anything Friday till the evening. But either way, I let it go. I'm like, okay, either way, you have to wait like 2 days before you can follow up. Like, so I'm just going to wait. And then, this is also why it's hard for me to distinguish between manifesting and faith, because we have this Virgen here that we've been having since we moved into the apartment in October. Since October till last Friday, we hadn't hung up any of our decorations or anything except that. So Friday we cleaned our apartment. We were spring cleaning everything, and then Alejandra found the nails, and she put up the Virgen, and they called me on Friday to tell me that I got the job. So then she said that, no, then I told her that the Virgen said, give me my spot and I'll give you yours. Mm-hmm. So that's also why I'm in between. Like, I do believe it, but I don't know if it's more of my faith that's giving me the things that I want, or if it's the manifesting that's giving me the things that I want.
Yes.
I think that, honestly, that was that and the cleaning, because we just started cleaning, like, it was a new beginning.
And remember when we were sweeping, that we saw that there was a lot of dirt right here, and I said, with this, we're getting rid of all the bad energy in this house.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we have, like, we're going to make videos one day so you guys can see. We have, like, this rug under our couch, right? And we took it out so that we could sweep properly, and it was, like, a lot of things in the rug.
Right, and I was like, we're sweeping away all the bad energy and all the bad things in this apartment.
Yep.
So I feel like it was part that and part, it was like half and half.
True.
She had manifested it and she had thought about it for such a long time. And then I feel like like they say, the cherry on top was that we put up the Virgen.
Yeah.
And we gave her place in our apartment. And that's
what we needed. I think it's just whatever you want to pick.
Right.
That's gonna give you the strongest result. Like, if you want to say that, okay, it was my faith and my manifesting, then okay. Because I think that's where I'm at right now. So if I pray for it enough and I think about it enough and I manifest that it's going to happen, then it'll happen.
Right.
But if I'm just thinking about manifesting and I'm not thinking about praying for it, then it's not going to happen. True. See, okay, this is what I want to talk about. So, I have this thing where I think that, okay, if I'm talking to somebody, I don't want to tell anybody who I'm talking to. Because I feel like as soon as I tell somebody about somebody, things go downhill. Like, as soon as I tell Alejandra, like, oh my God, I'm talking to this guy, like, oh, he's so cute or whatever, and then 1 or 2 days later, like,
no, you guys, I don't do brujeria in her relationships.
Right. Yes, somebody. No, it's not only her. Like, if I tell somebody else, I feel like me telling them is me jinxing it. So, what if I'm manifesting that, oh, I want this person so bad. And then that's why I get so devastated, because then in 2 days they start acting like they don't know who you are. I don't know. Maybe, like I said, since I'm doing half and half my faith and half manifesting, maybe it's just God telling me that that's not the person that I'm going to be with. So I just got to be patient.
I'm sorry, but you're going too deep. I'm not used to that. I'm not used to that of you. So yeah, we just wanted to share a little bit about our path with manifestation. And this is something we just recently started doing. You guys don't think that we've been doing it for years and years. We just started doing it and wanted to talk to you guys about it because we wanted to know if maybe you guys want to try it out, and then let us know if it worked for you guys. Let us know if maybe you guys did something that helped you guys to get whatever you're manifesting even sooner.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you guys are doing other things that will help you to get what you want. Let us know. We would love to hear from you guys to see what you guys are doing.
Yep. And remember, if you're manifesting, keep thinking positive, because that's what's going to do it for you. Don't. If you get sidetracked a little bit, be like, nope, snap back. Nope,
Right.
this is gonna happen because I'm saying it's gonna happen and I deserve it.
Yes.
So just keep positive vibes.
Let's have that be our ending. You guys, that's going to be our ending now. Stay positive.
Yes. Stay positive.
Stay positive and stay positive and happy. Because we don't want you guys to be feeling positive but feeling sad. Or
Right.
feeling positive but feeling heartbroken.
No.
Just whatever happens, know that there was a reason to happen. Know that it's taking you toward the path that you want to go to.
Yes.
And just thank the universe or God for everything that happens.
You know what? Movie suggestion. I suggest you guys watch. ¿Cómo se llamaba? Because that's a good one. That's a good movie for you guys to see the growth of a person as soon as they start thinking positive and realizing that things are happening because that's how they're supposed to happen.
It's called Someone Great.
Someone Great. Yes, watch that movie.
Yes.
That's your homework for our next podcast. Maybe we ask you guys questions.
Mm-hmm. We'll talk about the movie in our next podcast.
Yes. All right, everybody.
We'll talk about that movie on a future podcast to see if you guys watched it.
Yes. And if you guys didn't, you're missing out. All right, everybody. As always, no, not as always, as starting from today, stay positive
And stay happy.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.